Over the next 4 minutes, I'm going to cover a learning resource covering children's rights and the law, as children's rights are intimately linked to the ideas of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Respect and Protecting Human Rights is a learning resource found on the Global Education website, aimed at students in Year 4. It is a resource allowing students to explore how their rights are based on the Convention of the Rights of the Child. From this, students develop a broader understanding of human rights and investigate how by respecting and protecting human rights makes the world a safer and fairer place for all. It is a resource covering 3 activities, being the right to protection, the right to an education, and the rights for all. In Activity 1, students explore how children have the right to be healthy and safe. Students do this by clarifying their understanding of what rights and responsibilities are, with a focus on the right for all children to be protected from harm. It allows students to explain through role-play situations of helping others, and later discuss words associated with being safe. Through discussion after the role-play, students expand on children's rights to be protected and safe as laid out in the Convention through discussion on what makes them feel safe and why. This then relates to how children not having these or feeling unsafe are actually being denied their rights. Activity 2 explores the value of education and why it is important. Students expand and explain on Article 28 of the Convention, listing activities requiring them to read each day. They then role-play what would happen if they could not read throughout the day and how this would affect them. Students expand on this by assessing similarities and differences between education in different parts of the world. That people may have the same rights, but these rights may actually be different depending on where they come from. Activity 3 shows how basic needs, fairness, and safety are not just children's rights, but human rights. This activity allows students to explore their understanding of their rights through predictions and discussions to expand on other areas of the Convention. They do this by exploring the Convention and reviewing it against the predictions they made earlier on what they believe their rights to be. Students further expand on these principles by reviewing their predictions against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, exploring how fairness, needs, and safety relate to the rights of all people, not just children. From this, students develop a greater understanding of Article 9 of the Convention, and that by protecting the basic needs, fairness, and safety of all, protects against violence, abuse, and neglect. By using an inquiry-based learning approach with these activities, students, through reading, discussion, and role-play, link their own experiences, expanding their understanding of their rights and the rights of others. This is done through questioning their beliefs on what they believe their rights to be and how important they are in their lives, both in and out of school. One area I feel this resource could improve in is how children's rights relate to the law in Australia. In Australia, human rights and the rights of the child are guided by the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Convention of the Rights of the Child was actually developed from this. Australia is a signatory to these international conventions, but Australia is legally bound to uphold these obligations and does this through the Australian Human Rights Commissions. This resource could be enhanced by using materials to represent and further extend the understanding of children's rights within the law within Australia. This resource, I feel, allows educators through a series of lessons to have students expand and explain their understandings of their rights and how these pertain to themselves and those around them. Thank you for listening.